Well, it's a weekend that could have a lot of bearing on what happens on the first weekend of July. That's of course the running of the 2025 Durban July. That is proudly brought to you by Hollywood. That is, of course, we've got a runner in a PE today, my best shot, that will be hoping to enhance his chances. It was supplemented after winning the third leg of their series there, and we hope for the best for the Eastern Cape Raider as they've done so well so far this season. Well done to Anna Kriov, of course, last week for direct hit. Right, let's get into our selections. It is a 9-race program. Happy to say turf is our status, and of course, straight into a bipot. But let's welcome Nino. Nino, a very proud day for the Eastern Cape last Saturday. Not the first time Alan has done it, but direct hit was all the buzz, and it lived up to the expectation.
Yeah, absolutely great training feat from Alan. And good morning, Cecil. Yeah, I think Direct Hit is one of the better 2-year-olds in the country at the moment.
Now, so you don't agree that Another Dance for Me could be the best he's got?
No, not from what I heard. I think Direct Hit is better.
It's the bomb.
But yeah, it's a bomb.
All right, let's get straight into the bipot. We've got 2-year-olds who will start off that bipot, and please be reminded, this is a 9-race program, so it is a race number 2 that will see that bipot kick in, and that is at 12:25. Not an easy one if you haven't heard a little bit of graft about the 6, Mr. Podesta North Star. Any word doing the rounds about the first timer?
Yeah, Cecil, this is not a very strong maiden race, and if that first time of Alan is any good, I know it's got ability. It can beat a field like this, but just for safety's sake, I'm adding in number 4, Ivy, in the bipot. I think those two will see us through.
So 4 and 6 should see us through the first leg of that bipot, which will have a banker at the end of that is number 1 in race number 7. No prizes for guessing who number 1 is in race number 7. That is, of course, the aspirant for the big one in Durban in July. And that is My Best Shot, who's currently trading at around 1 to 3. We get straight into a handicap with the running of race 3, the first leg of the PAs. If it is a mare's 80, and they'll be going over the minimum trip of 8,000 meters. Quite a trappy race. Of course, the Indebe Maibuye was a bit of a surprise winner, winning at odds of 25 to 1 last time out. But that form has held up pretty well, so you can expect a bit more from Indebe Maibuye. Luim Kotwa retains the right for Gavin Smith and the Hollywood Racing. Articuno, no doubt about the ability, looks to be the one they may just have all to beat. And Sweet Darling is also quite short in the betting. Let's talk to our man as far as that first leg of the PA is concerned. Any strong selections, or are we going to go with a couple just to make sure we get through, Nino?
We're going to go with 2 horses here. I really believe they're going to fight it out. And that's number 2, Sweetie Darling, and number 3, Articuno. I know they met last time. Articuno is a couple of kilos better off. But I think Sweetie Darling is the improver in the race. Is still improving as a 3-year-old filly. The last time she ran in PE over the course and distance, she won, beating Articuno. And I think Glenn Cotson is a master at riding PE, so that's got to be respected. And Articuno, I make the nearest danger. The horse you're talking about in Debe, Mayabuya, won a good race, but I would have preferred that over the 1,200. I think over the 1,000, she might just be run off her feet. So I'm confident that 2 and 3 will see us through the PA and the bipot.
As confirmed on the slide at 2 and 3, and then a couple of bankers. We've got My Best Shot in the 5th leg, and in the 6th leg, that is race number 8, number 4. First Wish, who so happens to be the best bet of the day for the computer form selector at Fairview today. Okay, so it is race 4, which is off at 13:35. That will see the start of our pick 6 this afternoon in Quebec. And this is a tab, a telebet 0861 0000822. Merit rated 80. This time they do go over the 1200 meters. So we jump from the 1000 to 1200 meters. It's a field of 9. And now the last time I checked, scratchings, there weren't that many. In race number 1, the 2, Casino King, and race 5 is where we meet our next scratching. So let's talk about race number 4. The favorite is a local debutant, ex-Candace Pass Robinson, and that is A Song of Myself, who comes off a very, very good run indeed. Just touched off by Captain's Destiny, and there have been 2 winners that have come out of that. A horse that ran 4th and a horse that ran 10th have both come out to win straight out of that form line. Right, Mr. Podesta, Gavin Smith has got a Hollywood Racing horse come through. Craig Zeki gets a ride and looks primed to put up a good performance on debut.
Song of Myself.
Pardon me? Yes, Song of Myself.
Yeah, she ran in Cape Town last time out, and I think she's going to take a power of beating. And people must just look Sweetie Darling goes in the race because she was in the same race behind Captain Destiny. And Song of Myself ran about 7 lengths in front of Sweetie Darling. So if Sweetie Darling runs a good race, it will give us even more confidence. But in saying that, I think this is going to take a power of beating on the Cape form, and I make very, very hard to beat. I think a Bound maybe took on some strong horses last time in the form of McIntyre and Golden Peace. I think that's the nearest danger. And we just keep an eye out on Beecham Wood Boy going forward in PE.
Thank you so much. So the 3 is a confident selection to make it a win on a local debut. That would be 2 wins from 6 outings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nino's gone at the top 4 there for that first leg of the Pick 6. And those bankers once again reoccur in legs 4 and 5. That is races 7 and 8. Well, I can tell you that recently we've had another scratching come about in race number 5. I did say we did have a scratching to talk about, the 11 Blind Faith. That was from yesterday. Now we can add the 14 a Golden Croc to that list of scratchings. And we still have no jockey yet declared. Let me just confirm for the 17, and that is Poise Panache. That still has no jockey. However, we do have some jockey changes that have come through, which I will run through after we've done the preview for race number 5, the first leg of the first of 2 jackpots. And those jockey changes would be in deputizing for Mr. Nastili, who is not riding this afternoon, medically indisposed. All right, so 11 and 14 are scratched, Mr. Podesta. No jockey yet for the 17, a Poise Panache, who had been carded as a reserve. Now, this is the first leg of the first jackpot. And are we going to be looking at another local debutant in the same colors as the preceding one? That is Hollywood Racing, and that is Umzolozolo.
Yeah, and the next race is also another Hollywood horse that's strongly fancied. So they could probably have 3 winners in a row here. But, the interesting thing here is that Richard Fourie doesn't ride any of the Greef horses. Greef's got 2, and he's elected, or I don't know if he's contracted to Hollywood or if he must. I've seen him ride Greef's horses when there was a Hollywood horse in the race. But, this is not a very weak maiden field. I do make Umzolozo my first choice. I did have Golden Croc in my selections, but that is scratched. I make the nearest danger, number 8, Dancing in Winter, from a good draw for Mr. Van Heerden. And Olive Oil, the Vercingetorix from the Greef horses. With a scratching of 14, 3, 8, and 15 would be my first 3 selections.
3, 8, and 15. What I do know is Richard is actually contracted to Richmond and Devon Heifer as opposed to Hollywood, but I don't think that will really sort of influence his riding on the 3, Umzolozolo, that is having its first run for Cliffy Miller. 3, 8, and 15, and please be reminded that numbers 11 and 14 are both scratched in race 5. We're back in handicaps. This is a merit at 80. They'll be going over the distance of 1,400 meters. And again, scratching from yesterday, remains the only one in a race, number 6, and that is number 10, Run the World. So it is a 9-race program. So that means this is the second leg of the second jackpot. First leg of the second jackpot, rather. And in a race number 6, yeah, as far as the jockey changes are concerned, Mr. Nastili not riding. Let us just confirm if there has been anything come through. No changes necessary. Right, Mr. Podesta, we are left with a field without the 10 of 10 runners to face up. Now, Pyromaniac, that is easy to back, but I don't think you will be looking at Pyromaniac. You've already given it away. You said that Hollywood have another horse that is fancied, and that is Iguguletu in race number 6.
Yeah, I'm strong in the camp of Guguletu. Pyromaniac did run 3 lengths behind him last time, and I think it's 2 kilos better off or something like that.
3.
So you should get 3 kilos better off. So you should get, they should actually dead heat on paper, if that is to be believed. But I think Guguletu, being a 4-year-old, has got more improvement to come, and the one is lost 2 over course and distance. The last one, very, very easy when you beat Pedro. So I'm strong in the camp of that. But because I got 2 better bankers coming up, I've elected to add 1 Scotch having his first run in PE. The third behind Plaza Court could make him competitive here. Final try, I think we must give him another chance. And Pedro. But like you said, maybe they should add Pyromaniac.
Okay, so 1 Scotch would be the backup to Nino's first choice, number 5, Iguguletu, and that is jackpot 2. Okay, so my best shot is back after those very, very impressive wins in that recent series that concluded with the running of that 2,400-meter event on the 9th of May. Now, as far as race number 7 is concerned, who is to run 2nd, 3rd, and 4th? My best shot obviously seems to be the best older horse in the province, as is witnessed by that supplementation into the July field for the July. On the 5th of July. But Joy and Peace is seemingly well treated at the weights and to be taken to the Western Cape on Med Day, not disgraced, and comes back and still runs against Cape horses, one of them Underworld, who runs in the one of our big features tomorrow. I think maybe that's your exacta horse, or am I on the wrong path here?
No, you're definitely right. And I agree with you. My best shot, I think, is one of the best, if not the best, 3-year-old horse in PE at the moment. And Joy and Peace on rating should be giving 2 kilos to my best shot. She's receiving 2. So in effect, she's 4 kilos better off. I don't think that's good enough to beat my best shot, but I think she will run 2nd. So that would be the exact horse, Cecil.
Thank you very much. Thank you. 1 is an affirmative banker. We've seen that in all his bets. The 4 is also an affirmative banker in a race we're going to discuss next, race 8, and then is 1 and 2 at the back in that last pick 3, which starts race 7 at 3:20. Right, last chance to get involved in a double will come about with the running of our penultimate race, number 8, and that is our feature on the afternoon, the Wedgewood Handicap. It's a non-black type, 2,400 meters a trip. You can put a line through the 3, Lotus Island, that was crashed sometime yesterday, leaving us a field of 7. And you, of course, you saw that 4 feature on its lonesome in all the selections Nino had. And computer form, our selectors, Mr. Trevor Reed, he's gone with First Wish as is best bet. Last seen running 3rd, 7 lengths behind stable companion My Best Shot, running in the colors of Mr. PJ Moore. Right, Nino, this is where we put our feet up and you can tell us exactly why we shouldn't oppose First Wish.
Well, she ranks 3rd to My Best Shot. So we all expected My Best Shot to win, and that would frank the form. This is not a very strong field. With the scratching of Lotus Island, this is First Wish race to lose. And I definitely cannot see her losing her in this field. She's perfectly distance suited, being by Master of My Fate. and very shallow field. I think she's going to take a power of beating, and I will be very disappointed if she does get beat.
Okay, that is finished and clear, as they say. It is my first fish who has the race to lose rather than to be beaten. First Wish is bidding for win number 5 in the 13th outing as they faces up in the Wedgewood Handicap, which is off at 2 minutes to 4, our feature of the afternoon in Kavech. Next Fairview race meeting Friday the 13th, and that'll be a Pinnacle Stakes that rounds off proceedings this afternoon. It's over the mile, and yet another strongly fancied Alain runner. It is at 19 to 20, and that 4 comes in the form of the one Luna Halo, who is bidding for an 11th career victory from only 23 outings, although the last run is very much harder to put your head around. There's a horse named after you here, Mr. Podesta, and that is number 5, Honourable Member. Tell us more about Luna Halo, and maybe, Honourable Member, would you put that in a trifecta quartet, which we need from you to get out of it and build up a kitty for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think Honourable Member could definitely run third or fourth in the back end of the trifecta and the quartets, but I think this is an absolute boat race between Luna Halo and Lady Sylvana. Luna Halo, best weighted, best rated. I don't know what happened the last 2 runs, no excuses, but she's going to come back to her best today, I believe. And as you can see, 4 runs back, when she beat Lady Sylvana, she's a kilo better off today. I think she will win, and I do believe that Lady Sylvana is the nearest danger. So an absolute boat race for me, Professor.
Thank you so much. We end up with confidence. It's been confidence throughout the show from Nino. And, of course, a lot of it centered around the Alain Greef stable. We've got quite a few runners that are short priced. There's that quartet suggestion, 1 and 2 by 1 and 2, by 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. And, of course, let's hope the biggest trophy comes up in that 4th place. He has gone the field.